So recently I've been jumping back into Halo Infinite just to see how the so-called great updates have changed the game. I went in with the lowest expectations possible, thinking that people were just huffing on some major copium, but I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised and have been jumping on Halo almost every night to play for the past 2 weeks now. Does this mean Halo Infinite is back? We'll see, but it's a bit early to call it, but as it stands right now, in my opinion, Halo Infinite is in its best state ever and continues to get better and better with every update. So what's changed? Well, first off, you now get XP per match and are rewarded for doing better. Oh my god, something we've been asking for since before the game's launch. Now we can bitch and moan, and we have, but it's here now finally, so let's just get on with it. Stability seems to have improved, at least on console, and a whole bunch of other quality of life and under the hood changes. But the biggest thing that has breathed new life into Infinite is Forge and the new playlists. With the power of Forge and dedicated fans, we are seeing some crazy creations, and more specifically, remakes. Now the thing that piqued my interest in Halo Infinite again was I seen that they added a surprise update, which added a squad battle playlist, which is essentially an old school 8v8 playlist populated with Forge remakes. And this playlist has quickly become my favourite. The Forge remakes are easily the best looking and feeling I have ever played on. They are so well made and polished that I constantly have to remind myself that these were made with Forge. These are not dev maps. When I'm playing on the remakes of Rat's Nest or Valhalla, I am overrun with feelings of nostalgia, as I feel like I'm back in 2008 playing Halo after high school. At first, it was a rotational playlist, but thankfully 343 made the smart and correct decision to add it permanently, and they've already updated it by adding 2 new remakes of some big fan favourites. Currently, now the playlist has remakes of Last Resort, Valhalla, and Rat's Nest from Halo 3, Exile from Halo 4, and Waterworks from Halo 2, all of which are some of my favourite big team maps ever, and have made an appearance on my top 10 big team battle maps video that I did a while back. Now if we can just get an Avalanche remake or a Highlands remake, I will be extremely happy. And I cannot emphasise how amazing these maps are to play on. They are fantastic and visually pleasing. They're just so well polished. I can't get over that. They're just so well polished. They don't have those weird clipping or hangover visual ugliness that remakes in older games had, which was obviously a limitation of the Forge modes. But these maps don't have that. They are practically perfect. So fucking great job to the people who made these. You can tell a lot of hard work and dedication went into these maps. And then most recently, they added a remake of the Halo Reach map Countdown, a 4v4 map. Or rather, it's a reimagining / heavily inspired by remake of Countdown. It's not exactly the same, but it still catches the spirit of that map without the constant worry of armor lock spamming, thank fuck. And it makes for some really intense games. Capture the Flag has quickly become a favourite on this map. Now, if 343 keeps this up and utilises the power of Forge and the dedication of the community, I can easily see the player base start to grow. Speaking for myself here, as a 20-year Halo fan now, I needed some time away from the franchise. It was just constant bad news after bad news, like the TV show, the lack of updates, losing half the 343 staff, especially Joe Staten. It was just really making me down and bitter about the franchise as a whole, and I just needed time away. And I think the time away and these updates have really sparked my joy of Halo again. And that's not even mentioning the other big new addition, Infection. Yes, Infection finally has returned to Halo and is just as fun as ever. Possibly the best wacky fun game mode Halo has ever had. The sight of multiple zombies running at you as you slowly run out of ammo as you're the last man standing is a feeling I've missed for too long, and I am glad it's back.
Last part standing.
However, I am still cautious, because let's not forget, this is still 343 we're talking about here, and if we've learned anything from the past decade or so, is that when 343 are making massive strides and are nearing the finish line, they choke and they drop the ball hard. I know it might seem like I'm being overly negative here, but this is 343's track record. They choke. They never stick the landing till it's way too late and the damage is already done. But to end on a positive note, this is the new 343, 343 version 2.0 if you will. The old guard of Bonnie Ross, Frank O'Connor and Kiki Wolfkill, who mishandled and mismanaged this franchise to hell, have been thankfully removed. And now we are in what is supposed to be a new era for 343. The new head of the studio is Pierre Hintz, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who has an extremely tough road ahead of him, and I wish him all the luck in getting not only this game, but the franchise back to the juggernaut it should be. So, if you're curious about the state of Halo Infinite, it's great right now. It's still got that fantastic base foundational gameplay, but now it actually has content to utilise. It has maps, it has lots of playlists, some rotational playlists, some are getting added permanently. It's just really good right now. And if 343 can just stay cool and not choke and keep coming out with these banger updates, the game will continue to be in a good place. And remember, it's free. The multiplayer is 100% free. The only thing you have to commit to is hard drive space. You don't need to drop any money on this game, it's free. I'll be keeping an eye on Halo and will continue to play as I'm having so much fun right now. But again, I will be keeping my expectations low because I've been hurt before and I'm not ready to commit. I know they've also done some cool updates with the Chief Collection, but I haven't had a chance to jump into that yet, but I will soon. So, the question is Halo back? Not quite, but it's getting there, and it's showing some real fucking promise. And although I really don't want to, I'm starting to believe in Halo again. And I'm kinda worried, because when I start believing in 343 and Halo, that's when things fuck up. But what are your thoughts on the state of Halo Infinite right now? What does it still need? What do you hope to see is added? What remakes would you like to see? So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.